Hi, welcome to Channel 6 News. I'm Matt Lawson.
And I'm Fred Draska.
And today is Wednesday, October 28th, 2009. In local news, Oakland County has recently received $280 million in stimulus funds. The money helped finance police departments and communities, but it was mostly aimed at schools. In fact, $157 million was set aside for schools, $66 million for specific public and private schools, and $75.7 million for school districts. Waterford, Farmington, and Troy schools received more than $4 million each in stabilization money. Some of the other money helped serve as energy conservation grants, fund fuel cell technology, and support anti-violence groups and road projects.
In national news, gas prices jumped nearly 18 cents over the past 2 weeks, the first 2-week rise since early August. The average price of a gallon of regular unleaded was $2.65 as of October 23rd. Since October 9th, the average price per gallon has climbed by 17.82 cents. The price of diesel fuel jumped a similar amount in the past 2 weeks, about 16.75 cents. The average price of diesel fuel is now $2.81. There has been no significant increase in demand for crude oil or a large decrease in supplies of crude that can explain almost a $9 per barrel jump in the past 2 weeks. Crude oil now costs $80.50 per barrel. The city with the highest average price in most recent survey was Anchorage, Alaska, at $3.25 per gallon. The cheapest gas was in Tucson, Arizona, at $2.24 a gallon.
In state news, experts say Detroit could have avoided the embarrassing scene at the Cobo Center earlier this month, when tens of thousands of Detroiters mobbed together seeking applications for federal aid. State officials and homeless agencies say they urged the city to use many local agencies instead of inviting everyone to one location. Now, Detroit officials must screen at least 50,000 applications to select around 3,400 families to receive aid. In other state news, people were able to cross the Mackinac Bridge Sunday as part of the Mighty Mac's 52nd birthday. The First National Bank of St. Ignace and the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island paid for the bridge instead, and from midnight to noon, bridge crossers received free travel first aid kits.
In international news, the death toll from twin car bombings in Baghdad climbed to 160, with at least 540 people wounded from Sunday's attacks. One of the bombs exploded outside Baghdad's governorate building, the other outside the Justice Ministry. Both bombs detonated in quick succession about 10:30 a.m. Iraqi Prime Minister
Nouri al-Maliki
said holding the elections as scheduled would send a strong message to the attackers. He said the cowardly attack should not affect the determination of the Iraqi people in continuing their battle against the deposed regime and the terrorist al-Qaeda organization. U.S. President Barack Obama called the attacks an attempt to stop progress in Iraq and pledged to work closely with the country as it prepares for elections. Obama spoke with the Prime Minister and the President to express his condolences and reiterate U.S. support.
For today's weather, it is 53 degrees and cloudy. The wind is coming from the north at 4 miles per hour and humidity is 87%.
And in sports, the Pistons won another preseason game last Friday, October 23rd, against the Milwaukee Bucks with a score of 95-93. The Pistons' preseason record is 4-4. The Lions will go into Sunday's game against St. Louis with a record of 1-5 after a bye week to regroup and practice more. Head coach Jim Schwartz says this would have been the protocol for the bye week regardless of the team's record. If we were 5-1 instead of 1-5, we'd do the exact same thing this week, he said. In entertainment news, less than 2 weeks after announcing that it would be the sole sponsor of Fox's November 8th Family Guy Presents Seth and Alex's Almost Live comedy show, Microsoft has pulled out. According to Mike Schneider, everything was humming along just fine until the folks at Microsoft went to the taping of the special last week and were shocked. Shocked to find racy humor and tasteless jokes about deaf people and the Holocaust. Microsoft initially chose to participate in the Seth and Alex variety show based on the audience composition and creative humor of Family Guy. But after reviewing an early version of the variety show, it became clear that the content was not a fit with the Microsoft brand. They continue to have good partnership with Fox, Seth MacFarlane, and Alex Borstein, but they are working with them in other areas. Fear not, Family Guy fans, the special is still a go, and Fox hopes to line up some new sponsors who actually know what they're getting into with Family Guy.
From all of us here at Channel 6 News, good night.